No, the quiz you will be seeing is from the original user. To avoid copyright issue, I cut out the parts from the original video and added with a different effect. That way it will not cause any copyright issues. Basically, no, I just cut out from the original video, not the full part. I hope this will be helping for the YouTube community and enjoy the video. Enjoy.
You see the sunrise, a new day's upon you. You bite your nails and you need something trouble. The time is upon you to show them what you can do, and soon they will know that the day has God knows that we are gifted just for being who as we are, for being who as we are. Into the night I hear a storm, and that's when the wind is what I believe in. And then into the wind is what I believe is I'm moving. Now I feel the pressure of the storm, that's all I need to be. So many names and faces, so many fights that I don't like places. And every day I walk waiting and wait and know I'm not too brave. I'm gonna take a stand. I've been brave. I'm telling you I leave. Finally take no day.
For some people, fighting is a way to survival. Some people use fighting for many things, such as using fighting to become much more popular. Some that want to become strong, and some that want to improve their health so they can able to fight back. But most of the time, many people use fighting to become much more stronger and improve themselves worthy to the upcoming future, or maybe just fight a lot for many people for their enjoyment for some reason. But for these two, fighting is their way to say that's what their nature are for. But who can win between a martial artist or a boxer? Little Mac, the three-time champion of Punch-Out Tournament, and Ken Masters, rival to Ryu and the student of Goken and the master of the Flying Fist of Street Fighters. My name is Deso24, and my job to analyze these two combatants to see who will win in a deadly duo. In the city of New York, there's a young boxer that is willing to become the famous one there is. His name is Mac. You see, a long time ago, Mac was a young kid and been training in boxing in his life, wishing to join the World Video Boxer Association. Now, for those who don't know, it's kind of like an important of the boxing community that allow many boxers to become who they are. And since there's plenty of strong fighters / boxers, he thinks he'll be joining the big leagues. However, it turns out that they rejected his request of being joined them. Not just once, not twice, not 3 times, but over 200 times straight. Man, talk about her life. Based on this might be the end of the legacy of Mac. Until he met Doc Lewis. You see, Doc Lewis used to be a boxer until he later retired. However, at the moment, Lil Mac and Doc decided to he was strong. Basically, now Mac wanted him to train him in the way of boxing so he can join the World Associates. Well, basically, now, besides that, Doc decided to agree on his terms. Under from Doc Lewis' training, Lil Mac became one of Punch-Out's greatest boxers. No matter how big they are, basically, now, Lil Mac can able to take it on. Due to a lot of training, he won 3 times in a row, and basically now joined the big leagues, making Mac a huge threat even in its small size. Get it? Small size like his name is Little Mac? Yeah, you get it already. Surprisingly, for a guy like him, known as Little Mac, he's actually surprisingly strong. Based enough, throughout the Punch-Out series, Little Mac is surprisingly strong. Even at his age of 17, Little Mac is surprisingly strong enough to take on big leagues. To a Russian drinking beer guy, to the Sandman himself. Man, talk about Little strongest what it is. And thanks to his teacher Doc, he learned ways of boxing skills. With it, he can able to keep up with all the boxers. Some are strong, some are fast enough to take out a speeding bullet train, and surprisingly eat sushi. Now that he also had the string lawyer, the jab hammer haymaker, the rising uppercut, he also had the corner specific attacks as well, making him strong faster. He also mindset and persistence, making him forward, and based on kind of like a slugger or a brawler at the same time. But in his fight, he got his star punch, but passed on by his inventor/mentor Doc Lewis. It gained his ability by hitting opponents at center times, making one of the most strongest attacks in video game history. Extremely powerful in boxing. But if you need go much more big, and thanks to Smash Brothers, he gains a transformation called Gigamac. Gigamac is transferred after Gigamac Juice Bar is filled by hitting the opponent at certain times, tends to speed for power, and can earn star punches just by, based on taunting, though it does lack stamina in my opinion. Despite being as a size and also younger than any of the boxers, Mac can achieve a lot of feats that would take forever, but I'll go to a few. He won the boxing champion title several times, survived punches by each boxer. Now that he also sent a punching bag to the sky, and defeated several people that are bigger than him. He also defeated Mr. Salmon to Donkey Kong. However, Little Mac isn't actually that tough if you gain an upper hand on him. Basically enough, he can hit results in the lose of all his dart punches, knowing that his reliance on speed over power, making his much more power strength more useless. Even Gigamac have some flaws such as being slower and much more predictable. He also good in ground but not in air. So if I were saying anything about Little Mac, besides those flaws, Little Mac can achieve a lot of bigger feats than anyone else. He took on the big bad guys / boxers such as Mr. Sandman, Donkey Kong, including Mike Tyson himself. Wow. So overall, there's one thing I could say about Little Mac. Even though he's small, but he can achieve bigger achievements. Do not underestimate Little Mac.
Way to go, Mac! You're the champ, baby! Little Mac!
The Masters family are based on the richest people on Earth in the Street Fighter's universe, and based on the parents of Ken Master. You see, one day that Ken's father decided to send Ken to fair Japan, so he can learn how to be disciplined for a future may come to him. Based enough, he have an old friend in Japan that will help Ken to a better future. And you probably guess whose friend is it. Based enough, he was taught and trained and mentored by Master Goken. You know, the same guy who trained Ryu in the Satsu. Basically enough, with his training alongside with his rival Ryu, he and his training are proven unbeatable. Though there are some ways that he's been defeated, but his training is surprisingly that good. And ever since the quote-unquote death of Goken, Ken is still motivated to become much more stronger like Ryu. So basically he uses fighting skills to achieve main goals, even win some tournaments, and even have a wife named Eliza, and also have a kid. So basically things are pretty great. I can see why how Kim's father decided to do it to him. Basically he is pretty strong after all. Despite being as a martial artist and a rival to Ryu, and also being a father, Ken is one of the first characters who has also been cocky to his opponents. Basically Ken Masters is 33 years old in the current timeline, of course. Basically he trained by Goken in the way of the Assassin's Fist. Basically there's plenty of techniques I could talk about. There's a lot, so basically brace yourself for this. And basically in the World you probably guess what his training is for. He had the Hodoken, the flying fireball. Now that he had the Shoryuken, his signature technique, but he could use it for the Shin Shoryuken. He also had the Tatsumitsu Baku. Yeah, not very good, I'm sorry. Also the Shuryu Pita, now the Simple Nesku, Ripu Adoken, a crease one as well. And the Simple Genikaku. He also had the Korea. Sorry, not very good in Japan, not my strong thing. He also had the Quick Step, Heat Rush, the Shin Ryuken, a much more stronger of the Shoryuken, the Ukraine Seppuku. Basically sorry, I am sorry if I don't speak it correctly in Japan, sorry. And there's the last one, the Goju Rin Kasetsu. Again, I'm sorry how not pronounce it, but I presume it's one of the strongest attacks that can have disposal, besides the Shin Shoryuken, and also the art techniques he supposed to use, such as the Doken. Surprisingly, that Ken is one of the strongest ones I ever encountered. Basically Ken have formed some so feats that are able to top all his abilities into good use to fighting. For example, he was able to survive a 100 feet fall, and then later on he kicked a full unconscious in just one hit, kicked a punching bag so hard it exploded with just a single punch, punched Dan Hibiki, the worst character in Street Fighter's history, about 15 feet into the air. Also, he was managed to dodge attacks from Akuma himself. Now that he also defeated Zenki, Charlie Nash, and Bison with the help of Ryu and Vega. Basically enough, Ken is one of the strongest characters, even though with help with Ryu and against Bison, but that other half with and Bison is pretty strong. So basically enough, Ken is pretty strong even with or without help. Basically enough, he had plenty go for out there as well. Though with some good ones, there's always some flawed ones. Ken is actually perfect. He lost to Akuma in just one strike. Even though we're strongest, he is surprisingly weaker than Ryu in the long run. Know that he also cocky and arrogant in a actual fight, and that usually rarely takes fights much more seriously if he don't take seriously as he opposed to winning. So if I were to say anything, Ken is still, and I believe, one of the strongest characters and one of the first people clones with Ryu. Whether that he need help or being weaker, Ken will always win no matter how the price it costs. Or being arrogant or cocky, or something don't take fight seriously, or something taking seriously, he is still one of the greatest. Dare to face him, you'll get burned. Alright, the battles have been done analyzed. Before I reveal who's the winner, we'll go see the results that you guys voted. In Amito. That's it, right? Yeah. Amito. Anyways, let's go see the results you guys voted. Shall we? Let's go. Oof, this is a landslide. Basically enough, for Little Man, he got 8.7%, and while Ken Masters surprisingly have 91.9% of the votes. So wow, that's pretty unexpected, huh? I didn't know anyone would want to see Ken Masters to win. But anyways, let's get doing about one comment. So let's just get to there. From Nario, is that right? Nario? Okay, Nario hashtag Team Pikachu said Ken Solos. Okay, thank you for the opinion, Nario. That's it, right? It seems so like Naruto, but with Mario in it. Well, still the same. Anyways, let's get to the winner. And the winner between the finest fighters between a boxer and a martial art fighter is Kid Masters. Yeah, you did. Yeah, maybe people knew that he gotta win this one, but to me, it's actually surprisingly close, in my opinion. Now, based enough, let's just get to the result, get to the categories, because I feel like I'm gonna surprisingly get a rage about Punch-Out fans with this one. Oh boy. Okay, anyways, let's get to the categories, shall we? Yeah, let's go. Now for speed, it's actually surprising. Well, that made me come close, because if I were scaled into 8 fighters, that's for speed, based on, I would pick for Little Mac is Joe, because based on he was able to beat Joe, and you keep up with him, since that Joe was able to run one against a green bullet train. Though, if I were saying anything, that doesn't even come close to Ken, where he faced out with powerful opponents are faster than him. So, yeah, the speed advantage I'm getting to Ken. Same with strength. Now at best, Little Mac can able to take on many opponents that are bigger than him, such as the Mr. Sandman, and also Macho Man, and also the Bull guy, and also I forgot all the bunch of characters' names. But Ken have faced out many opponents that are powerful to him, such as Ziggart and Vega. So basically, now strength advantage I'm getting to is Ken. Now for intelligence, this only came close. Basically enough, Lil Mac has surprisingly had much more boxing intelligence thanks to Doc. But Ken's intelligence of fighting is different, because basically enough, Ken is trained by the Late Master Goken. With that, Ken has much worse intelligence than Lil Mac, which Ken is above average, while Lil Mac is average. So you printed that, so yeah, this is not surprising. And for experience, it's actually, again, a close one. Both Ken and Lil Mac have fought opponents are bigger and also stronger than them. Lil Mac can yield personal experience from boxing matches from the likes of the heavy hitters such as Mike Tyson, Donkey Kong, and also Mr. Sandman. But for experience for Ken, based on it, obviously that Ken have much more experience than Lil Mac. So yeah, and okay, I know I'm just gonna do this, but their ability I'm giving to is Ken. Again, like I said, for the strength and also speed, he has survived many wounds, and even though that Mac Ken able to survive some heavy beatings from different opponents that are twice stronger and might KO by him. However, at the end, the third ability I'm giving to is Ken, since they're fight for getting big. Basing on Ken actually stomps the fight, and basing up in every category. Now, if we're saying anything, with prep time, and also with the help of Doc Lewis, even though in Giga form, it doesn't actually help. But if I were given prep time, it will actually manage to win. However, even with Gigamax, it will not be enough to take down Ken. So overall, I guess you say that Ken really mastered the fight. The winner is Ken Masters.